but I get a lot of firefighters coming to the show. And let me tell you what, I'm not complaining. To do a bit that this is the only time I've ever done it. Did that really happen? Yes. Did it happen exactly like that? Not really. Okay. The reptile keeper let the kids go inside a python habitat. To this day, I don't know if I want to sue Idina Menzel or shove knitting needles into my ear. That's the beginning of the little T behind it. Let's see what I did. You're actually now just watching a visual interpretation of real-time ADHD. Unmedicated. Hello, here's a little bit of whatever the hell this is. I'm gonna break down another one of my jokes that I did. This one a little more recent. Oh, by the way, I just wanna stop and tell you two things. One, I'm on tour right now, so go to joedombrowski.com and get your tickets, okay? I think you should do that, personally. I think you should. The second thing, I hate saying this, but Brent behind the camera is telling me that I have to because he said it's gonna be good for the algorithm or whatever. So, and I mean this from the bottom of my butt. Like, comment, and subscribe. And if you do comment, I'll comment back. I will. Watch. Well, not to all of you. I can't. Anyway, okay, let's get into the joke. Oh, this is a fun one. This is from live from Tacoma. Because I don't know if you know, I do these tapings while I'm on the road every once in a while, just kind of putting out some of the shit that I'm doing. So I did one in Tacoma. The next one was in Rochester. The third one was in Madison, Wisconsin. So fun. And the next one I'm doing is in Boston. So if you wanted to come to that, the tickets are on my website, joedombrowski.com. And the one after that is going to be in a city called ? You'll find out soon. I don't know what it is, but I get a lot of firefighters coming to the show. And let me tell you what, I'm not complaining. But I do, I get a lot of firefighters at the show. This one inspired me to do a bit that this is the only time I've ever done it. This is literally the only take of me ever doing this bit. I never did it again for whatever reason. I think I should go back and develop this into a properly structured joke. That's the beginning of the little T behind it. Let's see what I did.
You're a firefighter. That's fantastic.
There's a lot of firefighters at my Madison show.
Can I tell you something, too, that I didn't tell you guys earlier? Remember when Dan the Critter Man he couldn't come?
Oh, go back and
watch
watch
that. He got a flat
that.
tire. This is true.
Fun.
He got a flat tire, and I had to plan the school assembly, okay? Best school assembly they ever had, because I called the local fire department and asked if we could have a few firefighters come to work and talk to the school. And let me tell you what, when they walked in, we had this old teacher. She was about to retire. Her name was Gail. Gail goes, "Yeah, boy!
Gail was
Keep them coming, yeah!"
horny. She was horny for some firefighters.
It was amazing. I had to go out to the fire truck at the end. It was supposed to be for the kids. It's just Gail and like Rick, Bob, Roger. It was unbelievable. She was about to slide down the bowl, let me tell you.
I am disgusting. I'm disgusting. I'm a disgusting human. I don't know why I said that.
Never forget it.
Okay. I am an autobiographical comic, which means I talk about me and my life and things that have happened. Did that really happen? Yes. Did it happen exactly like that? Not really. Okay. I was two things that school year, okay? I was the director of the talent show. I'll pause while you act shocked. I did call it the talentless show. Never to the kids' faces. But also, I just wanted you guys to know that I was the talent show director at an elementary school in the year of 2014. I know that might not mean anything to you, but I had 14 little girls try to be in the talent show singing Let It Go.
Let's go!
Sorry, absolutely not. I heard that song on repeat every day. To this day, I don't know if I want to sue Idina Menzel or shove knitting needles into my ear. I hear it immediately off. Immediately off. You know what we need to do? We need to let it go. Okay? Can't hold myself anymore. I don't even think that's the lyric, but who cares? Listen, I also, when I was the talent show director, was told that I could not make cuts. If the kids wanted to be in the talent show, they were in the talent show. I think we should make cuts. And I still think we should make cuts for a couple reasons. I think that the kids need to learn about not getting everything that you want, okay? I think it's okay to make them work hard to be in the talent show, all right? You're not all up here like the second coming of Whitney Houston, okay? Tell your mom to, save a little bit more on that college fund and get you some singing lessons. Just kidding, we can't all have singing lessons. I proposed to the school that not every kid should make it, but if you didn't make it, that you would be in next year. Giving you a whole year to practice. I don't think that's bad. I don't think it's bad to make the kids work hard for something. Sue me. The comments are gonna go crazy. That has nothing to do with what I'm about to do. That has nothing to do with what I'm about to tell you. In fact, you're actually now just watching a visual interpretation of real-time ADHD. Unmedicated. I was also part of this committee that would work with the PTA to schedule all the assemblies that would come to school. We did have an assembly. It was Dan. Well, his name wasn't Dan the Critter Man. I called it that in a joke. Basically, if you worked in an elementary school, you know that there is some sort of local man who's for sure not a zoologist. He's just got a couple iguanas that he keeps in his cooler and brings them to schools every now and then, okay? The good ones have an alligator. Their names are Joe Exotic. Anyway, they'll bring it to your school and show it to the kids, blah, blah, blah. At this show, I did tell that. At this show, there was this man who was pissing himself laughing because he said that they had Dan, they called him the Turtle Man, came, and the turtle pissed all over the kids. Luck of the draw. In some cultures, that's good luck. It's not our culture. In our culture, that's how to get salmonella. Anyway, I had this whole assembly plan. Oh, another side note. As a teacher, I don't know if you know this, but you have to work another job to, survive. Most teachers within their years of 1 to 5 will have a second job. I was 3 things. I was a stand-up comedian. I was a spin cycle instructor. Again, I'll pause while you act shocked. And I was the best one too. All these house moms, bitch, they were coming to my classes. I was good up on that bike. This is pre-Peloton, but I'll tell you what, if we could go back to 2014, 2015, Peloton would want a little bit of this ass, let me tell you. Cody Rigsby who? I said it. What was the other thing? Oh, and I worked at the Detroit Zoo. I was the director of kindergarten summer camp. You're looking at her in the flesh. Kindergartners were studying reptiles, so we had them go on the behind the scenes tour. Long story short, the reptile keeper let the kids go inside a python habitat. How that didn't make the news still baffles me. I don't know about you, but a python actually calls a kindergartner food. Dan the Critter Man didn't come. He called like an hour before, and planning an assembly is a pain in the ass. You gotta schedule the classes to come down at certain times. It takes about an hour and a half to get all the classes down in the multi-purpose room to begin with, because you gotta call them down by grade, then call them down by, it's a mess. So I got the great idea to just put an impromptu phone call into the fire department, see if it was a slow day. There were no fires and there were no cats in the tree. So what do you know? The fire department came to our school and gave a little impromptu assembly to the kids. Now, these firemen were firemen, emphasis on men. These were some big, corn-fed, Midwestern firefighters ready to hatchet down some doors and put on assembly. And let me tell you what, they were fine. I'm just gonna say it, they were fine. But they came in, and this old teacher was in the back, getting ready to retire, so she gave literally zero about anything that year. I will never forget. They put restrictions on us for copies in the copy machine. They said that we were only allowed to use so many copies a month, and she ran out of copies. And she asked another teacher, she was like, "Can I use your badge so I can make some copies?" The other teacher said no. She looked at her in the break room full of other teachers and goes, "F yourself." It was beautiful. She was in the back of the classroom. I bring these firefighters, and she literally goes, "Yeah, boy." And I'm like, this is the most unhinged shit I've ever been a part of, and I love it. The truth behind it is, after the firefighter assembly was done, which was somewhat erotic, depending on who was watching, somewhat erotic, I literally caught the bitch at the fire truck after school smoking cigarettes with these guys in the parking lot. First of all, smoking's bad for you. Second of all, the irony of firefighters smoking on school grounds. It was beautiful. It was really beautiful. Anyway, had to do that, make an impromptu assembly to make that happen so we could save face for all the tiny children so we could still have a field trip that day. Do you want to know something? Some of the videos that we're going to be making next are going to be Q&A, okay? That stands for question and answer. If you are new to Earth. In the comments, leave some questions for me. We're gonna go through, we're gonna answer them, make another video. I also wanna know in the comments what kind of videos you wanna see from me on top of the stand-up, because we're gonna pump a lot of that out too. Got some cool things in the works. So happy that you're here. Like this video, comment on it like I just told you to, subscribe, and we'll see you next week. I love ya, bitch. Bye.